Hey guys, welcome to a new movie. Today we're doing a classic movie from my childhood. We're doing another childhood movie. I want to do a thing where I'm doing a bunch of childhood movies, but we're doing it now because I just saw it and I want to review it. And I want to do a bunch of my childhood movies I saw when I was younger, and I want to do a bunch of them. But we're going through one of my childhood movies, and it's also one of my favorite movies on my list of favorite movies. I think this is one of my favorite classic movies. I enjoy this movie so much. And that is Mighty Morphin Power Rangers, the movie. Now, if you don't know, I'm a big Power Ranger fan. Love Power Rangers, love the series, the comics. Big fan of the comics. Read everything. Pretty much Boom Studios has been releasing a lot. So hundreds of comics. But I'm a Power Ranger fan. I think that was established. This is a movie I watched obviously when I was a kid. The movie came out before or right when I was born, like 94. I forget when it came out. It came out like when I was born, like right before. So I saw it later on and I enjoyed it because I watched Power Rangers a little later. I was born in 94, so Power Rangers always thing, but I got into that range of Power Rangers, and they did play Mighty Morphin on TV, and I did get to eventually see this as a kid, either through VHS tapes or on TV or something. I remember watching it, and I have a love for this movie. I like the villain. So much about the movie. I like the villain. I love so much about this movie. So let's just, without further ado, jumping into it. And yes, I will, when I get to the rating, I will let you know that I like this movie, and I'm gonna rate it fairly. I'm not gonna be like, it's my favorite movie, I'm gonna give it a 10. I'm not gonna do that. Here's the thing, just because it's my favorite movie doesn't mean it's a 10. Obviously, you can enjoy a movie and be like, yeah, I like this movie, but it's still not great in like actual movie reviewing. From a review standpoint, I think just not technically. I would not say it's a good movie, but I enjoy it nonetheless. So let's jump into it. Obviously, spoiler warning, I'm gonna spoil the whole movie, but I don't think really many people are gonna care for me spoiling the Power Ranger movie from the 90s. But let's get into it. Starts off with them skydiving of all things. So it's them doing all this super crazy act, like skydiving, they're skating later, like, this is 90s, we're rad, and we're like, also with the Power Rangers, and also, you're not really trying to hide. I feel like the Power Rangers are really awful at hiding their secrets, because I feel like their clothes they're wearing seems to be for the color. Usually, their costumes all, for some reason, have to be color-coded to their Ranger outfits. I don't know why. The clothes, the outfits, a lot of times are color-coded to the Ranger outfits. Except for Tommy, if he's white. If he's like, when he becomes a White Ranger, it might be a little harder for that. But you know what I mean. Like, colors always like a little color-coded. That's kind of like interesting. They skydive and also both go on this thing, and they're gonna skydive, but then they check it out eventually. Skydive later to this place. But they all skydive, land easy, and then we find out about this kid and who knows the Power Rangers. So knows like Tommy and them, and like he's friends with them and stuff. And it's fun, and we get to see him. It's just a movie that I'm like, if you watched it when you were a kid, or watched it back when it came out, you probably like Power Rangers. You probably enjoy having fun for this movie. Like one of those movies, I think, if you watched this when you were young, you probably have a fondness for this movie. It's like one of the movies that somebody who doesn't like Power Rangers wants to watch this movie is probably not gonna like it, or don't have a nostalgia for it. You're probably not gonna like it. But like I said, I do and I love it. But both go land in this construction site, and then they dig up this tomb thing. What really reminds me, when I saw it, I'm like, that kind of reminds me of Rita's tomb. It's not the same, but it's different. And eventually it gets released, and we get our main villain, Ivan Ooze, who I love. Ivan Ooze. I don't know why I like him as a villain. His voice, the way he carries himself, I like him. I don't know why. He's a great villain. Rita and them, I don't know if Rita and them open up the thing, release him or not. I want to say Rita, maybe Zordon, maybe find out about him and then they release him. I said Zordon. Rita and Zed find out about him and they release him. Because in this movie, but not in a ton. Because obviously Ooze is the main villain. But then eventually Ooze breaks out and then traps. Eventually at some point he breaks. He gets Zed and Rita and traps them. And then obviously he traps them. And then obviously Goldar and the other guy, the big guy, walk with him. And then obviously, I don't think there's any putties in this movie. No regular putties. We have different things for kind of like putties, but different. Ooze makes his own. Eventually the Power Rangers find out about Ooze and they have to go and find him and stop him. And then they have to do a whole thing with a fight with the putties and stuff. And then eventually he goes and attacks where that's happening. He goes and fights Zordon, attacks Zordon and the command center, and then they have to go and Zordon's dying, and they have to go and get the power source to save the day and get their powers back. It was him dying, I guess their powers go. Even though I don't think that's technically how that works, because he died doesn't mean I don't think they lose their powers. But this is the older version before, and I'm also thinking of comic book continuity, because my brain is like, we can't get the comic book continuity in my head of thinking of that way and how it all works in that way. But he's dying, they're losing the power, so they have to go to this planet and do it. And they meet this girl there who helps them, and they get like these ninja suits kind of outfits, but I think they do get in the show, so that's cool. And then they have to fight these bird things who sends to get them, and they have to fight at one point. They have to go up to this temple full thing to get the power back and go through the forest, and they have to fight the giant like dinosaurs thing. It's fun, and the dinosaur like bones thing comes to life and they have to fight. It's really fun. This movie's had some fun moments in it, the cool concepts, and then they have to fight these like gladiator, like big rock guys at the end before they get to the entrance, and they do it, and they get in, and they basically gives them all these powers of all these like new animal like powers. They get like more animal type things instead of like dinosaur stuff. Was cool. And then obviously while that's going on, obviously Ooze is at home and he's like doing all this stuff, controlling the parents, doing this thing with the Ooze where he's using it to sell the kids, and then they give it to the parents, they control him, and he's using them to help build this giant thing. And then the one kid gets them to come help, and I love he gets all the other kids to come and help, and he gets also Bug Skull involved. Bug Skull, for whatever, I will give him credit. They are helping with the situation, trying to help, and like they are not bad people. Yes, they do act like they're kind of like the bullies, but if you read the comics in any version, they are not technically really bad people. I would say they're not like completely like evil people. They all kind of help, and I like that. And they're like at least some a little bit of them helping and stuff, trying to help the kids, save the parents. Like like we're gonna if something's trouble, like we're not gonna just sit around and let that happen. But yeah, they're fun. Also like Bug Nose are fun, and they're in this not a lot, but they're in this a little bit. But they eventually save the parents and stuff. And the Rangers come back and fight his evil giant monster with their new Megazord, and the Megazord fight with the giant like Ivan Ooze monster thing. But Ivan Ooze is like goes into the machine and takes over it. He eventually gets into it or takes over, makes a big thing, and then they have to fight him. And it's all in like this big CG battle. Yes, the old school 90s. It's that early CG, and it's like it kind of shows. Some parts is okay, but still kind of like a little rough. A little rough to be said. But they beat him, and then they get Zordon back, and everything has a happy ending, and it's fun. And it was fun. Like, I like this movie. It's a nostalgic movie to me. It's one of probably my favorite. It's in my top 10 favorite movies. And it's nostalgic to me. I can go back and watch it anytime. It's just something about it had the charm. Everything about this movie I like. I really enjoy it. What you guys think? Let me know in the comments down below. Do you guys think the Power Ranger movie? Let me know. Let's get on to the rating of this movie. Like I said, this movie I like it. It's one of my favorite movies, but it's not a good movie. I'm not gonna go and sugarcoat it like just because it's my favorite movie. That's what I think I said in the beginning. Just because it's one of my favorite movies does not make it technically a good movie. It's not really good. It's not something I'd recommend for anybody unless you are a Power Ranger fan or grew up with this movie. It's kind of not the best. I mean, it's not the worst thing ever. And I'm not gonna get a super bad rating, but it's definitely not great. I'm gonna give it like a 6. It's a movie I like it, but a lot of this stuff with it I don't like. And that's problem with it, but it's not tough. Like the CG in the end is kind of a little rough, and there's other parts, but like the movie's fun. What you guys think of, like I said, of this movie? Let me know in the comments down below. You guys can always stay up, because see you next video, guys. Boom.